Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday. Today's topic is going to be about prepping and having a happy life. First of all, before we get into that, if you would, like, subscribe, share, comment. Really would appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate all the viewers and subscribers for the channel so far in its infancy. I really do appreciate it. So with that said, I'm Tad. We're going to talk about it. What I'm talking about in today's video, probably a lot of people click through it and look at it for about 30 seconds, probably cut it off. And that's okay, and I'm going to tell you why. When people have questions for me that ring true, if the way I look at it is if one person has that question or two people have the same question, then maybe somebody else in the community may also have that question, and hopefully we can talk about it, at least come to some agreement on it. The question I get is, I really want to prep. I really see how the world is going, but my spouse, my significant other, they're not supporting me. They're not behind me. I'd really like for them to be more supportive in my endeavor. Well, number one, prepping is a lifestyle. A lot of the old-time preppers, they've already been through this. They've resolved their conflict. They've done their conflict resolution. And the first thing you have to remember is the person you're with, your husband, your wife, your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. There's something about you they really like, or they wouldn't be with you to start with. Prepping is not for everybody. But if you feel a need to prepare for something in your lifestyle to secure your future of you and your significant other, then that's something that y'all have to discuss and be reasonable. As a prepper, be ready to make compromises. I'm not saying compromise your values or compromise your plan. Be realistic and adjust. Propose what you're doing to your spouse. Show her factual information. Show her or him how the world is going. Show them that oil prices are going up. Factual information you can get off of government databases. There's so much information out there that you can use to make your point valid. And be reasonable with what you're requesting. Now, if you're living in the middle of Montana and you're stocking up for a hurricane, trust me, I wouldn't support that either. Just like, some people are prepping for the alien invasion. As weird as that sounds, that is a true thing. You can look it up. I probably wouldn't support you on that one either. Now, if you live on the East Coast and you're prepping for a hurricane, then you should have enough information to reasonably talk to your spouse and say, look, we do need a generator. We don't have to buy it right now. We're going to need one at some point. We are going to need some extra food. I'm not talking about $1,000 worth of freeze-dried food. Start small. And together, you two could build together. Because if you start off at odds with each other, you're 50% of your team down. Prepping should be an adventure that both of you enjoy together, but it's going to take compromise on both sides to make that happen. Both of you have to see the vision for your security. Both of you have to know what you're prepping for and how to get there. And I really suggest having a budget. That's going to help you a lot. Because if your spouse is worried about you buying prepping supplies, then if you have a prepper budget and the money's in there, there shouldn't be an argument. However, if the money's not in there, then we're going to have to talk about, is it something we have to have right now or something we can strive to get into the future? I'm going to tell you a short story, guys. My wife was not as hardcore prepper as I am. She did some things before we met. She lived in Kansas where they had tornadoes. They obviously had storm shelters that were prepped. But she was never in the mindset of, the whole country as a whole. I mean, she prepped for what was good for her area. When she moved to Maryland, she had a concept of, hurricanes and storms, and she prepped for those items. And then she met me, and she found out what I was prepping for, and she was like, okay. And the more I educated her, it was really a strange twist of events, because the more I educated her, the more she started informing herself, to the point that she was telling me information I had no clue about. Stuff I had to look up to verify. Not that I didn't trust her, but I'm like, is this really real? Yep, sure is. We have become so bonded and so strong over prepping, guys. It's an enormous feeling. I am truly blessed. I remember one morning, it was 2020. I hadn't got up yet. She wakes up a lot earlier than I do. She came in, she said, Tad, wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm like, okay, what's wrong, what's wrong? She said, we don't have it in the budget, but I'm taking $500 and I'm going here, 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 and here, and I'm gonna get these things. What do you think? I said, go for it. I didn't argue with her, because I trust my wife's instincts that much. If she says we're going to, or we have to, we're talking about a lady, guys, she can pinch a penny till Lincoln bleeds. So no, she's not just going out blowing money like crazy, no. But when she says we need something, or there's a gap in something, I do not stand in her way. I trust her implicitly. Her insight and her knowledge now is amazing. To the point, I was at work one day, had no clue. I've been talking about a Harvest Right freeze dryer for, I know, years, 3 years at least. And they are expensive, and we were saving, and we were almost there. She calls, I come home, she said, guess what? And I'm like, what? I ordered a freeze dryer today. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. But I knew we had the money to store back, because we've been saving for like 3 years. And she pulled the trigger because she knew my instincts well enough to know that I wasn't going to lose my mind, because we had already talked about this, and she saw financially we were able to do it, and she did it. Guys, I'm telling you, we can together. We freeze dry together. We go prep shopping together. We help show other people how to do the same things. She gets so much out of it, and I get so much out of it. It's a team effort with us. We garden together. We look after the property together. She's proficient in firearms, and we enjoy that together. It's an extension of us, guys. It's a lifestyle for us. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you need to build that with your significant other. Yeah, if you're not a doctor, if you do not have medical training, if you're not a surgeon, you probably don't need to spend $1,000 on the most expensive trauma medical kit you can buy that has everything, enough stuff in there to look after battlefield wound injuries, people's legs blown off, etc. You don't need that. So I wouldn't think that that's something, a reasonable request for someone that has no knowledge about medical or surgery. My wife's got a background, and she's a certified respiratory therapist, and she can do what she can with those items, but she's not a surgeon. She doesn't require all these tools. We spend money on things that we can operate, that we can both do together, and that suit our prepping purposes. I do not make strange requests that, we need $1,000 Faraday cage. I mean, to me, that's unrealistic. Now, some people may say, yeah, but I need to store my computers. Okay, well, that's fine. If an EMP hits, guys, I am not worried about a computer. There's not going to be cell phones unless everybody's got Faraday cages, including the cell phone companies. They're not going to work. Be responsible with your spouse. Be reasonable. Show them factual information. Don't say, and here's where you get in trouble, guys. When you go around throwing out, YouTube channels names. Oh, I watched so-and-so and they said. No, because everybody's prepping journey is their own. It is unique to you and your family. I don't prep for small children in the household because I have none. If you've got small children in the household, I would think your spouse would come on board and say, yeah, we probably need to put some stuff back. Look at the baby formula shortage we had. Some preppers had plenty, so much on hand they were giving it to other people that were needy and looking for it. Don't let prepping consume you. That will ruin your relationship just like a bad addiction. Invite them to be part of your journey. Make it both of your journeys together. I guarantee you, you're going to enjoy it. And if it gets to be too big, step back for a bit and say, hey, you know. But you can tell them, you're not preaching fear. You're preaching prepping so we don't fear tomorrow. Well, guys, listen, I hope this may have been some help to somebody. This is only my opinion. But I do believe being reasonable in your approaches, being factual in your approaches, discussing with your spouse, your significant other, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, and let them know your concerns. And if they love you, they're there for the right reasons, guys. As long as you're reasonable, they will support you. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I know it's a little long video. And like I say, I just hope everybody got a little something out of it anyway, if that's the kind of content you're looking for. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Tad. And on the next video, trust me, we're going to talk about it.